Hello everyone, and welcome back to another episode of The Sister Show. Just making sure the microphone is on. My name is Deborah Mills, and I'm coming to you pre-recorded from my domain on Earth. And today is the first day of the new year, so I'm hoping this puts me on the right path of consistency. So one of the things I wanted to talk to you about today, at the time of this recording, I don't know what the name of the video is going to be, and I really could change my mind. But as of right now, I feel like I'm going to title it Challenge Everything and Evolve, with like a subheading or subtitle of the things we allow other people to define for us. If that's not in a subheading, then know that I was thinking about that. Anyway, so one of the things, the focus of this video is to help people who want to evolve, who want to become a better version of themselves, which is including myself. And you know, we all talk about generational trauma and a lot of generational stuff. And I feel like everybody is ready to burst out of their shell and become a new person and become who they want to be, rather than allowing it to be who other people have defined for them in whatever way that happened. Whether it's by your parents maybe putting you in a particular career, pushing you in a particular career, people insulting you, telling you who you are, blah, blah, blah. So one of the things, since I'm really going to be talking about the things we allow other people to define for us, I'm just going to list them. Number one is beauty. We allow other people to define what beauty is for us. We allow other people to define what success is for us. We allow people to define what happiness is for us, self-love, what age acceptable behavior is for us. And we also allow people to define what our morals, our values, and our beliefs are going to be. And I feel like this is something that in the past year I have it has circled in my mind as it has circled in my mind of the things that I need to focus on, because I feel like a lot of the things that are holding us back is things not being normalized, which is a belief, I think. Yeah, because you tend to see videos online of people saying, oh, can we normalize this and can we normalize that? But I just feel like things don't have to be normalized. It does take courage to do something that is different from what the crowd or society said that is okay, because you're going to stand out, you're going to get attention. We're sensitive people, whether we like it or not. If we're not sensitive people, we wouldn't be afraid, we wouldn't be nervous. And we're sensitive people, we don't want that criticism. So we always think, oh, let's normalize this so that no one can look and it'll just be a normal thing as drinking a soda or whatever. But when you think about it, a lot of the things of who we are, when we get to a certain stage in life, which is the stage I'm at right now. So this video is really for me. I've realized that a lot of the things the beliefs that I've had are as a result of my upbringing, the things that I've been told, the things that I see in TVs and commercials. And one of the reasons why I may feel restricted in whatever way is because I'm still believing those things. Like if you think about beauty, we've been told what beauty is supposed to look like. We're meant to look like a white woman. We're meant to look like a walking mannequin. We can't. As a black woman, I can't. I have hips, I have curves. I can't look like that. And if I put so much pressure on myself to look like that, then I will forever be unhappy. It's not as easy though, it's easier said than done to just simply say, oh, that's not the standard of beauty, beauty is in all shapes and sizes. But then when you begin to actualize that and express that in your life, you're going to get attention, because everyone, consciously or unconsciously, has believed in this idea. When I say consciously, those are the girls that really feel themselves of being being the standard of beauty. And when I say subconsciously, these are the people that will just feel like something's wrong when they see, a fat person wearing a bikini, for example. So that's what I mean by that. And those things have made me unhappy. So I know that for me, the way for me to evolve is to break free from that one of many limitations. And the reason why I feel like it's necessary for me to make this video is because I know that there are other people who are going through these things. I want to make this video as short as possible. I do tend to talk fast at times, but I think we can now slow things down on YouTube. So I guess you can just slow it down. I mean, it's not like I'm rapping like Eminem. And the second thing, success. Success looks different to people. Obviously, society has told us success is having lots of money. And that is one form of success. But if you think about it, the fact that these things all exist, the fact that someone has told us this is the case, there are billions of people on earth. Why should success look like one thing? Think of all the creativity that comes out of all of us. Think of all the things that make us happy, the different hobbies we have. All different hobbies make us so happy. And we'll look at other people's hobbies and we'll be like, why would they want to do that? But it makes them happy. So success is another thing. We've been told that yes, it's a lot of money, and I'm sure it does bring a lot of money. But what a lot of money is also different to some people. £100,000 is a lot of money to someone that they feel like they'll never have to work again. £100 million is what success is looks like to someone, and they'll feel like then they'll be like, oh yes, I don't have to work again, or whatever. But these are the things that you need to break through. What are your beliefs on success? And as you go along this video, and as you look at all these things and self-evaluate on what these things mean to you rather than what you have been told they are, keep them to yourself. Don't tell other people, because sometimes I feel like whether people have the best intentions for you or not, typically not, but whether people have the best intentions for you, they will unknowingly put you down and discourage you when they don't see your vision. Maybe for someone else, success is 100,000. So because you want to, accomplish 100 million or 100 billion, since that's something that we have these days now, if you want to accomplish that, because they feel that their goals are smaller, yours is so exponentially bigger, they can start to discourage you. That's so unrealistic. How long do you think it'll take you to do that? You don't even have a business idea. What do you think they'll start telling you these things. And obviously that person really sounds like a hater. But sometimes some people could actually just be projecting their fears on you. And I'm looking at my watch because I have the camera on and I'm looking at how I look right now. So I just need to make sure I look fine. But anyway, it will look different to other people. Success is different to other people, and depending on what other people's goals are, what they consider realistic, what they feel their capabilities are, it very much will determine how they react to you. So when you do define what beauty is to you, what success is to you, happiness and self-love, make sure you keep it to yourself. Because another thing I'm learning right now is I need to keep things to myself. No matter how much excitement I talk about to other people, they are going to project their negativity. I have one particular person in mind right now, but still, it's just general thinking. Because sometimes I assume that, oh, I'm sharing this thing with people. I want to have this idea, I want to share this with people, because when you feel something in your spirit, you feel like, I want to do this, I want to do that, guys, I want to do this, I feel like I'm going to do, and then everyone's like, where do you think you're going to get the money from? You're working like a 9-to-5 job right now. Like, that's so unrealistic. How long do you think it's going to take to make that? And they just dampen that joy that I'm feeling in a moment. So keeping it to myself is another thing. The third thing is happiness. Happiness. I don't think I've defined what happiness is. I do have my computer open in front of me. I don't think I should define what happiness is, but let's just see what it says. Happiness. Oh, I do not have my glasses right now, so I cannot see the screen. Let me bring it down. Happiness in psychology, a state of emotional well-being that a person experiences either in a narrow sense when good things happen at a specific moment, or more broadly as a positive evaluation of one's life and accomplishments overall that is subjective well-being. So that's a long-ass explanation, and I don't know how to summarize all of that. But we all know what happiness feels to us. So I don't think we need, Britannica.com to define it. I mean, I know they're not doing it with bad intentions, but we don't need a definition, a dictionary. I just thought it would be simple. So anyway, happiness. It looks different to everyone, but we've been told, but I don't even think we know, to be honest. Let me not even generalize. I know what happiness means for me, but happiness means different things to other people. But we've been told, emphasis on told, we've been told that happiness looks like something specific. So, this whole idea of when someone wants to be rich and famous, or when average, typical, everyday people, they see rich people and it makes them feel good when they know that the rich person's life is similar to theirs. So Warren Buffett, as rich as he is still driving the same car for the past 20 years. He's still living in the same house, all that. People feel good when you know that. The lives of the rich and famous, ultra wealthy people are similar to them. Just checking. And one idea that I think we can all agree on, that we've been told, is that happiness is when you live modest and small. So this one sounds okay. It sounds normal. Like, but no, happiness can also be in a mansion on a yacht. You know, I think obviously happiness means different things to different people, but the whole point of this video is just to let you know that we have been taught one particular thing, and if having those things does not feel right to you, you feel like, oh, I can never be happy because I can never feel that emotion. I don't feel good in a modest house. I want a mansion. I want a penthouse. It's okay to want those things. I don't feel like our lives are meant to be stagnant. I think we are always meant to keep moving forward. We are always meant to evolve. Purpose of the video. We're always meant to evolve. We're always meant to be bigger than what we are. So when you encounter, or if you have people who choose to be stagnant or think small or move slower in your life, you're just naturally not going to be on the same page. So when you start telling them all these things, oh, I want success looks like this to me, they'll start to discourage you naturally. But back to happiness, so I don't lose my train of thought. We've been told that happiness looks modest. Happiness is Marie Curie. Is it Marie Curie? I think it's Marie Curie, the minimalist. Happiness is that, happiness is this, but I think happiness is whatever you define it. Happiness, I mean, we all know what the feeling of happiness looks like. What does it mean to you? What are the things that you could do in your life that will make you happy? For me, being happy means just being in control of my life. And I'm not fully living that. I'm not actualizing that at this present time. I mean, I am, in terms of I'm working towards it, but in terms of still at this point in time having a 9-to-5, and you know, I know that's not where I see myself in 5 years, unless you ask me in an interview. You know, unless that's not where I see myself in 5 years, but is where I am right now. We have to eat, we need jobs to pay, you do what your capabilities are. And because for me to be happy, I need to be in control of my life, like full control. If I want to do something, it has to be something that I want to do, or at least I see the intrinsic value of doing and the extrinsic value in doing. You know, I can't just I'm not really where I want to be in terms of the things that would make me happy, but I'm working towards it. But then that also begs the question, another thing that we've been told, you can't work towards happiness. Like, you just are happy, or you're just meant to be happy. But I don't think that's true now that I'm thinking about it. No. We do have to work. I mean, think about it. All the emotions we experience is like things have happened that led up to you being sad. Things happen that led up to you being angry. So things can also happen that will lead up to you being happy. So yeah, that's something that just came to my mind now. So yeah, happiness is whatever brings you that feeling, as long as it does not come at the expense of other people. That is the boundary that just goes to psychopath. You know, as long as it doesn't come at the expense of people, as long as it's not like you feel happy when you make people stumble, or you feel happy when you cut someone off in traffic, when you jump in front of them in light, like those type of things. Like, if those things make you happy, the downfall of someone else, that is a psychopath behavior. And you should get help for that, because that is not healthy. You should read the Bible, talk to Jesus, ask him to give you a renewed heart. But that's not it. That is really not it. But I digress. Anyway, the fourth thing is self-love. I think I have a video on self-love. And self-love. At a point in my life, I allowed someone else to define what self-love is or was for me. And that was just superficial things. And that was the same person that I would say led me to an awakening, because they were not really my friend. I was a tool in their lives. I was a means to an end. So all the things that she said were self-love, were the things that made her feel good. But it was always at my expense. So getting her nails done, getting her hair done, but it's me that's going to drive her, because I was that friend that I always thought that okay, love is like a big word. If you, in friendships and relationships, you know, you give and you get. So if I give all this thing, if I make the effort to drop you at the bus station or the airport because I don't have a car, like, why wouldn't I help you? I'm your friend. It's natural to assume that the same thing would be returned, but it was never returned in this case. So that's what led me to an awakening. This person became entitled, but I digress. But anyway, she was defining self-love as getting your hair done, getting your nails done, but because she never had anything real underneath that was important for her. But that is important. Get your hair done, nails on. It does make you feel good. Let's not lie about it. Like, get your nails on, get your stiletto nails. And when I say stilettos, I don't mean them round, nearly almond looking shapes. I mean pointy claws. That's what I want. But I don't have that right now because they kind of destroy your nails. But, you know, getting your hair done, getting your nails on, getting a pedicure, manicure, all those things feel good. But, you know, that could be one of many things for self-love for you. So what are the things that would make you feel good? I think that's what it is. I think I can't remember what the definition was I put in the other video because I had to Google it, but I don't want to waste time searching online. Well, here I am doing it though. But self-love, it says regard for one's own happiness and advantage. See, regard for your own happiness. What makes you happy? Does getting your nails done make you happy? Sure. But if it's at the expense of, let's say you need to drop everybody to the airport or they're gonna miss their flight and you choose to go get your nails done, that's not nice. That's just me. Even though it makes you happy, but it's still at the expense of other people. So that becomes a psychopath's behavior. So anyway, I allowed this person to define what self-love was for me, and I didn't actually define it for myself. I won't be sharing that in this video because I don't want to, but you know, define what self-love is for you. And remember, do not tell anyone these things. People don't need to know these things because we like to share so much about ourselves because I don't know why. We're social creatures. I don't know whether we think we're going to get validation from other people, we're going to get some round of applause, but we just had to share things with other people. And if you want to evolve, you need to question, what have you been taught about beauty? What have you been taught about success? What does that look to you? You know, what does happiness mean to you? What does self-love mean to you? Define these things for yourself. You can look to other people to see how they define it. That could inspire ideas, but don't adopt somebody else's ideas and thoughts just because. Don't adopt somebody else's ideas just because. Make them your own. Next thing on the list, second to last, age acceptable behavior. This is very important. If we think about it, when we were younger, when we thought about people in their 40s and 50s, we thought about our aunties and uncles. And to be honest, yeah, we all thought we were cool when we were younger. So when we compare ourselves to them, they look so like boring. So when we thought of people being in their 40s and 50s, we didn't think of the beautiful people that we're seeing these days. Like I don't want to mention names. I don't know. I know they're celebrities in their 40s and 50s. I know they have access to celebrity treatment, celebrity makeup artists and all these things. So their lives are different from us. But the one thing we all have in common is taking care of ourselves and actively investing in ourselves. And that's one thing that we were told when we were younger. What on earth is age acceptable behavior? Because to be honest, age is just a number, except for when it goes into some inappropriate stuff, which I won't mention, but you know, age is just a number. You know, age is just a number. Why should you all of a sudden you become a mother, you have 3 kids, you're now 45, you're now to dressed modest, wear maxi skirts, look like you're going to some 1800s convention? Like, why? Who made that? Who told us that was truth? Who told us that was law? Why did we have to become that? You know, if you think about it, you know, we're told that, and that is one example what a woman is supposed to look like in her 40s or 50s, which we can see so many people these days are breaking the barriers. But if you think about it the other way around, if you're in your 20s and your 20s and your 30s, we've also been given expectations for what we're supposed to be doing with their lives. We're always told the 20s are for making mistakes, the 20s are for making mistakes, the 30s you should know what to do. Even this nonsense thing that people like to say that when you hit 30, your body does this, your body does that, as if when the clock strikes midnight, back pain will just kick in. Like, I don't know. I don't like to hear things like that, because if your life is what you make it, then these things are true for them because they believe it. I don't want to feel anything like all these people that are saying they're just 35 and they're feeling old. I'm like, tell that to a 70-year-old. Like, you got a lot of bloody life left. Unless you want to wish death on yourself, please. Like, I don't want to buy into that. I want my experience to be my own. I want it to be my own opinion. I don't want to believe when you get to 30s, 40s, things are different. It's a beautiful thing to live. It's a beautiful thing to live long. I don't want to feel when I'm 70, 80 that, oh, lived all my life now. Now it's time to become boring, start guarding. Another thing that's age related. Who says we have to retire when we are 65? Who created a pension? Someone, a narcissistic person, decided, young people are more valuable. Middle age, your value starts to wane. By the time you're 60 something, despite all the years of experience that you've had, all the way you've seen companies evolve, industries evolve, the world, the society evolve, now all of a sudden you're useless to the workplace and you're supposed to just go retire and be boring and guarded. Maybe that's why the life expectancy is like 80, 70, because people are so bored. We want to be doing something with our lives constantly until you're dead. So people are so bored, they have nothing to do. People are just thinking, oh, old people want to garden, they want to knit, and that's why they pressure you for grandbabies, because they're so bored. Maybe they're so bored they just want to die. That's why the age expectancy or the life expectancy is like 80 years old. Like, who says these things? If you think about it, but a monarch can rule until death. A monarch can rule until death, yeah? But then in the workforce at 65, you're useless. Who said that? Who said you're supposed to be doing something in your 20s? Who said what your life is like in your 30s is supposed to be what it is? Who said you're supposed to have these who created these expectations? Just think about that before you project them on yourself and you project them on other people. Define what that is for you. If you are 50 years old and you're watching my video, I mean, I'm glad to know that you spent time to click on my video. But if you're 50 years old and you're watching this, think about it. I'm not there yet. So I guess a lot of this is just in theory. But I am going to work towards still being free, still being myself, at 40, 50 years old. I don't want to become, maybe I want to be an evolved version of myself, which I believe you are. But I don't want to feel like, oh, I'm 50. I don't want any decision I make at that time to be because of my age. That's what sums it up. I don't want to feel like, oh, I'm 50 years old, I can't do that. I'm 50 years old, I can't dress like this because people will not respect me. Fuck people's opinions. It's not now. People's opinions don't mean shit. It's not now that it's gonna mean anything. So when you're 50 years old, for example, now, I don't think this is true, but just for the sake of argument, they say when you're 50 years old, you can't wear a bikini to the beach. You wear bikini to the beach now, everyone's looking at you weird, everyone wants you to cover up. But these are the same people that when you start to sweat, they won't even give you tissue to wipe your sweat. So why do people's opinions really mean anything? Like, even in the Bible it says so. I can't quote the scripture right now because I know what it says, but it's like the words just aren't coming to me right now. But why no decision you make in your life should be age related? But we're constantly reminded of our age because it's in our passports, it's in our driver's license, it's in everything. We're constantly reminded. And a lot of these things we're told. Who says the weekend has to be 2 days? Who says the work week has to be 40 hours? But that's just enough for these corporations, these big companies, to drain the life out of you so you don't have any energy to work towards something. That's a theory, and we can't say it's not true. So I digress. Before I go on further, don't make any decision that is age related, age acceptable. Don't think about, oh, I'm 20 something, I need to do this. I'm 30, I need to do this. I'm 30 something, I need to do this. Or I'm 40, I'm 50. I'm not there yet, but that's the way I would like to live my life when I get there. On my own terms, so I can be happy. Not based off of society who don't mean shit in certain areas. And the final thing on my list, but I know it's not the final thing that it's not the final these are just things I could think about. These are just things I could think about. Morals, values, and beliefs. When it comes to religious beliefs, when it comes to things that you value, it's almost as if when it comes to grabbing the pitchfork and storming, not the Capitol, but storming, I need to wipe my nose. I don't want to do it on camera. Just I'm back. So the morals and beliefs that we have, especially when it comes to Well, everything really. That includes religious beliefs. That includes the values that you have. I feel like when it's time to grab the pitchfork, that's when you see society. I have the fan on in the corner here. That's obviously what's making me sneeze. I really hope it's not coming on camera, on the microphone. But our morals, our values, our beliefs. We've been told, like, it's now becoming a thing that we all have to believe the same thing and act in the same way. When it comes to like religion, being an atheist is now a cool thing, a popular thing. A Satanist, like, what on earth is that? But then when it's now time to be a Christian, that's when everybody's ready to attack. But when it now comes to talk about atheism, I don't know if that's a word, atheism, being an atheist, or Satanism, or things that are liberal, all that rubbish that has come from the world of darkness, those are the things that people will be more accepting of. Those are the things that people will now be like, oh guys, let's not be so judging. If you want to be black, if you want to be white, if you want to do this, it's okay. No, it's not. Not everything is okay. Like, people need to understand. I mean, here I am imposing a belief, but I do believe this though. I believe there are laws of life, just the way there's gravity. We can all agree there's gravity here. The sun is there. You can't stare at the sun for however long. You can't go to the sun, if not you die. If you go into outer space, there's no oxygen there. Laws of life, these are the things that I believe should be the standard. I don't think it should be anything goes. But the second you say something that people don't agree with, they are ready to attack you as if being a confused bunch amongst themselves is now, that's what's... I don't even think I'm getting this point across. We're told what we're supposed to believe when it comes to like the LGBTQ. You're not allowed to have any opinions against them. But who says that we can't? If their beliefs are against Christianity, who is anyone to say like that? Oh, you can't say that. How dare you say that? You should learn our pronouns. Like, it can't just be anything goes. And these are my beliefs. We should respect other people's beliefs, but as you can see that when certain things are spoken about, whether it's religion, whether it's a movement, whether it's Black Lives Matter, whether it's the LGBTQ, community, when all these certain beliefs are spoken about and people challenge it so badly, that is setting a precedent. That is what is becoming normal. That is what we will now start learning and knowing are that's what we'll start believing is normal. I feel like I don't know if I'm doing this point justice, but I'm gonna keep going because I can't go back now. 28 minutes. I think I'm gonna divide this video into two. Actually, you probably already know that by now. But anyway, our morals, our values, and our beliefs. What are the things I value? As a person, I value honesty, integrity, accountability, respect. These are the things I value. And sometimes it's hard to uphold your values because you're going to be in some sticky situations that will test you. But define what these are for you. What do you believe? Where does that belief stem from? But don't just say what you believe. Where does that belief stem from? Do you still believe in it? Why do you believe in it? Just make sure it's yours. What are your values? What are the things that you value? And what are the things that you value? And that means like anyone who doesn't fit with that value can't be in your life, because you will just rub each other the wrong way, even no matter how much you get along with each other. Like, if you value honesty, and I know no one's gonna value someone who's a liar, but if you value honesty, for example, and then you meet someone who just constantly tells lies, like, it's a different thing when someone tells lies to get out of a sticky situation. We're all human beings. We all lie from time to time, if we're gonna be honest, and we lie in moments when it's a bit sticky. It's a bit sticky. But then there's people who just lie for no reason. Like, there's nothing happening. They're not backed up against the wall. You know, the wall isn't closing in on them. They're just lying for no reason. That will definitely rub me the wrong way, because why are you lying? How far are you willing to go? Why are you lying? You know, why are you lying? This type of things, you know, why the fuck you lying? You know, something like that would rub me the wrong way. Morals. We all have our own morals. I mean, I feel like our morals will come from our values and our beliefs, because morals are... Actually, to be honest with you, I don't know the definition of them. And I think this is very important for me to Google. Morals meaning a lesson that can be derived from a story or experience. Well, that definition is useless to us. Standards of behavior, principles of right or wrong. That was in my mind. Yes, right or wrong. And the thing is, what is right and what is wrong to different people are different. I think that you can be friends with someone who, if their values are right, if their beliefs are right, which will come to the values, where the values will come from, then that will dictate what their morals are. I think you can be friends with someone if you have the same beliefs and you have the same values, but not... No, that came out wrong. No. I'm really just making this up on the spot, but I know what I'm trying to say. Because what people have as right or wrong is different. Like, if you think about it, if you think about X-Men, Magneto and Professor Xavier, they have different approaches to things, but they both value the same thing, or they both value the same thing. Yes, I'm not really making sense here, but I know what I'm trying to say. Like, Magneto thought the human beings are never going to accept us, so let's just create more of ourselves. You know, Professor X is like, well, you're gonna, you know, prove them right in what they're saying if you act like this. Let's try to find a way to cooperate. But if you think about it, the belief in both of them is continuity, survival. He thinks this is how we survive. We annihilate all of them, create more of us. He's like, no, let's not do it that way. Let's collaborate with them. Let's show them that we're harmless. So I think for those who have seen X-Men, that explanation would make sense. If you think about it, they wanted the same things. They just had different approaches of saying that. And I guess you could say, what's his name? Magneto was wrong, but then in his eyes, he was right, because he's like, this is the way. And so I guess I need to go back and think this through. Maybe your values come from your beliefs, or your beliefs come from your values, but your morals. I think that's why Professor Xavier, I mean, they were friends at some point, but, you know, I guess he never really hated them. The times when they fought, it was self-defense. You know, it's like there was this an understanding that, you know, we want the same thing, but going about it different ways. Yeah. So I don't know. I need to come back and speak about this, maybe in another video. But, you know, I don't know whether your values come from your beliefs, which gives birth to your morals. What does Magneto believe? We need to survive. So does Charles. What does he value? Continuity, survival, just like Charles. But the morals are wrong. And yeah, and maybe that's why they remain friends. I don't know. But you know, frenemies more like. But anyway, let me know. I'm digressing so much. I don't want to lose you at this point. From all these things that I've mentioned, beauty, success, happiness, self-love, age-acceptable behaviors, morals / values / beliefs. If you want to evolve, not that this is all there is to it, but this is a start. What do these things mean to you? If you have a belief of what beauty is, what success is, evaluate these things. And I'm sure with your brilliant mind, you can all think of something yourself, like what? You know, you can all think of something yourself, like, you know, you can all think of more things to add to this list. I can only, you know, think of so many, but when you think of them, just put them in the comments, because it'll be nice to know more things to think about. You know, when you think of all these things, when these beliefs that you may have on all these topics, what do they mean to you? Whatever you have on them, is it yours? Do you still believe in it? Just make sure that it's yours, because this is how we start unraveling the trauma, the limitations, the restrictions that we have unknowingly placed on ourselves, and we have unknowingly allowed others to place on us and have allowed it to continue by not confronting them. And I believe that as a result, if you don't allow all these things to be filled with you, your beliefs, your idea of success and beauty, that will make you very, very unhappy. So make sure you challenge them, and just make sure make sure in your body that is a temple, you are in charge. Your thoughts, anything that's not unwanted gets kicked out. We don't allow things. But this takes a lot of courage, and there's only those who want to face it that will do it. So I don't really know how far this video is going to go, but I hope it goes very far. Yeah, I think I've got my point across, but please let me know. Please let me know what else you think can be added to this list of the things that we allow other people to define for us. I might think of something at the end of once I've done this recording, which has now lasted 35 minutes or not. But either way, God bless you. I hope this year is filled with unexpected blessings. I hope God gives you the courage to face whatever trauma you may be going through. I really pray that you develop the courage and the boldness to face whatever challenge has been daunting on you as well. So I pray God gives you that boldness, that courage, and I pray that you use that courage to challenge the things that have been bothering you, because you are way stronger than you think. If you think about it, you know, when it's time to defend yourself, or maybe something happens and you realize, oh, I didn't know I had that in me. It was there the whole time. It's just your limitations that prevented that. So I really hope that God gives you the courage to face your demons, prove to yourself that you are who you are. Because if you think about it, you're a lion. You are a lion. We are spirits in the human body. You are a lion. If you convince a lion that it is not a lion, if you convince a lion that it is a dog, it does not become any less of a lion. Only now people can take advantage of it. People can treat it anyhow because this is a lion that they have in their grips. But those people who are doing that, they have to keep convincing you, the lion, that you are a dog. Because when you wake up and you realize that you've been deceived, oh my God. We all know that I don't think we all know that feeling, unless you've been in a safari yourself, when you see a lion coming your way, running towards you, even catwalking enough. They don't need to move. They don't need to move much. You know that fear. That is what everyone will feel when you wake up and you become yourself. And people are not going to like it. So don't compromise anything on this list for anybody else. It is yours to make. This is your life. You are a lion, whether you believe it or not. You are who you are, so don't allow anyone to define this for you. But know that when you do, when you start to enforce it, when you live by them and you believe that I'm not going to fall into the standard of beauty, I'm not going to allow you to call me ugly because you think I'm not beautiful anymore. I'm going to carry myself as if I am. Just simply that alone will trigger them. So please let these things be your own. Do not share them with anybody. Keep them to yourself. You are the lion. They want to keep you down. Do the enemies that may or may not be around you, when they know that once you wake up and you realize who you are coming for them. So build that courage. I pray God gives you that courage. But I hope this year is full of blessings and opportunities, unexpected blessings, unexpected opportunities. I pray your life gets evolved before the end of the year. Today is the first day of the year, at least the time of this recording. And have a good year. And I think that's everything I have to say. Bye-bye.